How is everybody doing today? And in this video, we are going to take Tribbie on a new team when it comes to the content creator experience server, because today's showcase is actually going to be a super fun team that I think is really cool, especially with Yunli being a rerun very soon. Looking at Yunli with Tribbie, this is by far one of the funnest teams I think I've played in a long minute, especially with how Tribbie works as a character, with her working off of other characters' ultimates. And then we have characters like Sunday giving energy, characters like REHOO giving energy as well. So this is going to be a really fun team, and a team that not a lot of people are probably going to run, because not only do you need all the pieces intended for this to have its maximum potential with all the energy that's going to be thrown around, but they all synergize very well together, and we're just going to go ahead and take them into MOC 12. Remember, anything you see here may or may not change depending on live release, but let's go ahead and go into MOC 12. And I just really want to showcase off this team with Sunday, REHOO, Tribbie, and Yunli. And the main thing that is going to help us out is the fact that Yunli is a character that just attacks a lot of different characters all at once. And with her being able to do a lot of splash damage within her... Oh no, it's auto wing. That's crazy. With her being able to... Look at that. There's one ultimate already. With her being able to get attacks off with her ultimate, and her being able to also be the attacker that can do splash damage whenever an enemy attacks, this allows Tribbie to get a crap ton of energy just for existing, because of how many times Yunli is actually able to parry and how many times she's actually able to counter back. So let's go ahead. There's another ultimate for Tribbie for a follow-up. We're gonna skill with Yunli. We're gonna do one attack here. We're gonna parry. And this is gonna give us all the damage that we possibly need. And the fact that Tribbie and Yunli are next to each other, they're also taking in all of those hits, which allows us to get more energy for Tribbie, which is helping her out immensely. We're gonna go ahead and ult off with Tribbie. That's one ult there, and then we're gonna parry with Yunli, giving us the Tribbie ultimate. There you go. That's the follow-up right there, and then we get the parry off. Love to see it. This team is so cool, and it allows me to use what's her name, Yunli, which is a character that not a lot of people give a lot of credit to, nor have a lot of spotlight on, which I think sucks, because Yunli is such a good character for what she's able to do. And we're gonna go ahead and use our skill, get some damage off. We are going to see this guy hit us. Okay, thankfully, because sometimes he doesn't do that, just because he has to like use his blade and basically put it on fire for the most part. So we're gonna use Tribbie's ult once more. Boom. He's gonna call in his buddies. We're gonna parry, and this should give us not only some energy for Tribbie, but giving us that follow-up as well. And this should KO this wave. Bam, 641. Love to see it. I can't even imagine what we would be looking at if Yunli was able to get Tribbie's E1, which, if you don't know what Tribbie E1 does, it actually gives true damage to the whole entire team, basically, which is insane. It's so cool to see. We're gonna go ahead and use our skill with Yunli, or with Sunday onto Yunli. Put Sunday's ult on Yunli. There's Tribbie's follow-up. We're gonna skill, and we should be able to get off a parry. There you go, because sometimes I don't know what this character is going to do. The little bug is going to hit. I didn't know if he was going to do that. Thank you. That's why I wanted to go ahead and keep it for this bug specifically. So I don't want to KO and then waste the parry, because that's one of the worst feelings with Yunli. If you don't know when they're actually going to attack and when they're going to do their more passive buffs, it sucks when you miss it. So we're going to do a regular basic there. Ultimate with Tribbie, giving us a follow-up with Tribbie on our next ultimate, which should be very soon. And sadly, can't do that right now, for the fact that we have to wait until the next cycle, which is the small caveat that sucks with Yunli, which is waiting for the enemy to do their turn and waiting for them to do all the associated buffs that they have, and anything that's not a direct attack. It kind of negatively impacts Yunli's performance, but we're gonna try to get the best of what we can. So we're gonna go ahead and use Yunli's ult. Tribbie get that follow-up off, and then we should get a hit off. Perfect. Tribbie's taking damage, which is Amazing. He's going to spawn in his little bug friends after Tribbie does the ultimate. And then we're going to go ahead and ult again with Yunli. Oh, he didn't. Wow, that's crazy. See, sometimes things like that, it just makes no sense. Because usually he spawns them in first and then does the damage. But sometimes he flips it around and it kind of makes it confusing. That's another. This should be into the next wave. It didn't, but this will give us the next wave. Perfect. So he's going to spawn in his friends, right? There you go. We're going to ult with Yunli. The amount of ults we're getting off, absolutely amazing. Now imagine if Tribbie didn't have that restriction on how many ults you could cast giving you a follow-up. Holy crap, would that be by far one of the funnest teams without a single doubt. And I feel like with Tribbie E1, we could see some monstrous damage happen, which I think would be super cool. And because we have to use all these skill points right now to help out some of our other teammates, you're going to basically tackle REHOO. We got the Sunday energy. Tribbie's doing her follow-up. We're going to skill with Yunli, giving us some HP. We're going to skill with Tribbie, giving us back that all res pen, which is super strong. Ult off. Now he should spawn in enemies. There you go. And now he's going to attack. So now we're going to parry with Yunli. Getting that follow-up off with, what's her name? Oh my god, why are they buffing each other? See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Why are they buffing each other up? This is like so last second for them to be doing that. We could have like done so much more damage that way. That's the only thing that sucks about playing this character sometimes. I think he's going to do that all-out attack, so we're going to go ahead and do the parry with Yunli, which he does. We're going to go ahead and get that parry off. We're going to get the ultimate off. And he should be done within the next parry. This should be a done deal. We're going to go ahead and use the ultimate with Tribbie. Sadly, this is going to kill this bug right here. But we can use Yunli's ult because we might actually get the pity for the ultimate itself. See, they like buffing each other for no reason. But we do get the pity off. And that is going to be a 3 cycle. This is such a fun team without a doubt. Holy crap, man. I love this team. It's so fun for no reason. But that is a 3 cycle with Yunli. Being able to spam non-stop Tribbie follow-ups. Plus being able to use Sunday REHOO, a character that's also getting a rerun. That also has a lot of value tied to them. Specifically with a lot of the Remembrance characters in the game right now as well. And then having Sunday being able to help out somebody that's not in the Remembrance path either. So you are taking 2 Remembrance supports. And we're making Yunli viable again. Because, man, Yunli is such a fun character. Especially if it's a wave or it's a boss that attacks frequently. And the craziest thing as well, when looking at this MOC, nobody in this MOC is physical weak. If you paid attention to the enemies that spawned in, none of these guys were physical weak. So imagine when we do get a physical weak enemy and we're allowed to break and get off that bleed, which is going to help us out quite a bit. Although yes, they will do less attacks, that doesn't mean that they can't wake up pretty fast. And that also allows us to just get off those nasty bleeds that will continuously do damage as they take their turn, and will just help out with the DPS regardless with Yunli, because as we all know, Yunli has bleed, which allows us to get the strongest dot in the game. So other than that, that's going to be it for this video when it comes to Yunli and Tribbie. I think that's such a cool team, and I think I also have another cool team that we will try out that is going to use somewhat of the same team with Sunday, REHOO, and Tribbie, which, like, again, I like this team a lot. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See y'all guys in the next one, and peace.